Hello everyone and welcome to Gadgets 360. My name is Pranay and in this video I'm going to be talking about the OnePlus 8T and what to expect from OnePlus in October 2020. Now, at the time of recording, we have quite a bit of information about the OnePlus 8T because OnePlus as a company really likes to do this drip feeding of information before any smartphone launches, partly, as I like to say, to sort of start setting the expectation for the smartphone. Quite a few times we've seen that OnePlus will tell you, okay, this phone will have X processor, Y RAM, Z camera setup, and it will have these excellent features. So with the OnePlus 8T, a lot of information is already there, and I'm going to be talking about that in this video so that you have a rough idea of what will you get if you're looking for the OnePlus 8T. All these things will be there in this video. Stay with me right till the end for all the information. But before we begin this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you get notified when we publish new videos. And as always, if you like our videos, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and share this video with your friends. Okay, so let's get this video started first by talking about what I want from the OnePlus 8T launch. The launch date of OnePlus 8T is October 14th. That's an important date for you to remember. On that day, I definitely am expecting the OnePlus 8T to launch, but the OnePlus 8T Pro is not coming in. So that's something that OnePlus has already confirmed. They say that OnePlus 8 Pro is already a good enough flagship and there is no scope for improvement in that smartphone this year, and they are only going to be improving the OnePlus 8 via the upgraded version, which is the OnePlus 8T. So what I expect here is you will get most of the features of the OnePlus 8 Pro in a slightly more affordable package via the OnePlus 8T. That's a pattern we've seen before as well. There was a huge jump between the OnePlus 7 and the OnePlus 7T, and I think this time around we can expect something similar. Now, what I really want here is not the OnePlus 8T. I want a surprise announcement at the end which focuses on the second OnePlus Nord. You've already seen a fairly strong device OnePlus has launched, but there should be more affordable devices in the OnePlus range as well, in my opinion. It may be a bit too soon to upgrade the OnePlus Nord itself, but there's always room for a sub 20k device from the OnePlus family, right? So that's what I want to see the most, more than OnePlus 8T, 8T Pro or any other device. I wasn't waiting for all those things. I was definitely waiting for a successor or maybe a more affordable version of the OnePlus Nord. So let's see if that happens. But with that out of the way, let's move on with what to expect from OnePlus 8T. So the first thing that I want to talk about here is the display. So you can definitely expect a 6.5-inch screen with a 120Hz refresh rate. Now, I think that this is a good move because 90Hz refresh rate panels have been doing pretty well in our tests. We've been enjoying using them. With 120Hz refresh rate, the screen will be even smoother. I'm not sure if the naked eye can really tell the difference, but we can definitely expect some kind of smoothness in the screen, and that's always a good thing to have. I'm not against this move at all. Now, the next thing I want to talk about here is the storage and RAM. For this smartphone, you can expect, I think, 8GB RAM and 128GB of storage, along with a second variant with 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. Now, this is what the leaks are saying so far. Some details may change right before the launch. So last time, I think we had seen an India-specific variant that was a little more affordable. It had 6GB of RAM. That was with the OnePlus 8. This time around, I am not entirely sure what they're going to do on that front. But personally, I feel that they should not really launch a 6GB variant. It just creates too much confusion. The base variant should be 8GB and the higher variant should be 12GB, in my opinion. No expandable storage, no headphone jack. Let's just clear that right off the bat. I don't think OnePlus is going to bring those two things to their smartphones anytime soon once more. Now, the more important thing here for many of you is the processor. A lot of people have been expecting the Snapdragon 865 Plus, but there was recently a leak. Basically, somebody ran a Geekbench test on the OnePlus 8T, and it looks like this smartphone is going to ship with the Snapdragon 865 once again. You probably won't get the 865 Plus on this smartphone. Now, at this time, this information is not confirmed, but if it is true, I will definitely be a bit disappointed because by all accounts, this smartphone is going to be a little more expensive than the OnePlus 8. So that's another thing I wanted to highlight in this video. The price is going to go up slightly. Especially what we've seen is a leak from the Europe market. So the pricing for the Europe region looks like it's going up. For India, we will see what happens. As of now, there's no confirmation. But if it's going up in Europe, you can expect a slight bump in price in India as well. And OnePlus has traditionally been doing this for some time now. They've been slowly increasing the prices of their smartphones. Now, in my opinion, the future of the 8T and maybe the OnePlus 9, 9 Pro, etc. is that they become premium devices that take on the likes of the Samsung Galaxy S series, Note series, the iPhones, flagship iPhones, and also the Google Pixel devices. So I think that's where OnePlus is going with this series. The more affordable end of the market, which was being left behind until the OnePlus Nord launch will be taken care of from another family of devices. So you will probably expect a more affordable lineup at some point in the near future, and this higher end versions will just keep going up in price and they will serve the premium end of the market. And I think that's a fair enough strategy. I don't really see any more problems with it. So moving on, and now let's talk about battery life, because that's the one place where we're going to see the maximum improvement in this generation, in my opinion. OnePlus has announced that you will be getting a 65-watt charger with this one. So that's a good thing, because we've seen before that 65-watt chargers are really fast to charge the device. I don't really need to specify that. We've seen it in some other devices from Realme, and the charging speed at that time has been really good. Like in under 45 minutes, if a smartphone is going from 0 to 100%, then that is something that I'm always for, because I'm one of those people who keeps forgetting to charge the smartphone. And with this kind of a charger, it won't really be an issue, because if you just put it in for 5-10 minutes and the smartphone is already going to be up to something like 20-30%, and that is perfectly acceptable to me. The battery capacity that you can expect from the OnePlus 8T is 4500 mAh. So that's again something that I'm not going to complain too much about. The charging speed is directly affected by the capacity of the battery and the charger, obviously. A 65-watt charger will be able to charge the 4500 mAh battery pretty fast, but exactly how fast we will only be able to tell you after we have a review unit and after we've tested the device. As of now, review units have not come in, so we're still waiting for them. Hopefully sometime before the launch of the OnePlus 8T, we'll get a review unit and we'll be bringing you the full review of that device pretty soon. So next thing that I want to talk about is the software. The software on this one is going to be OxygenOS 11, which is based on Android 11. Again, something that I'm really excited to see, because the one thing that I really admire in OnePlus smartphones is the software. The OxygenOS customizations that we've seen so far, I've been a big fan of most of them, except maybe the recent switch in the OnePlus Nord to Google's messaging and dialer apps, because that has taken away some of the good features of the OxygenOS stock messaging app and the stock dialer that they had. It added some really nice customizations there which have gone away. And also many of you have complained about the call recording function on the OnePlus Nord, which now has a very loud warning that tells both you and the other person that the call is being recorded. And quite a few of you feel that the purpose of having a call recording option is defeated if you have that warning playing there. So maybe that is not a change that's going to happen on this device. We'll just have to wait and see. As of now, there's no information around that. But OnePlus has historically been pretty good with software updates. It does launch the latest version of Android on its maybe the T series of phones, if I can call it. Not, no pun intended, no mention of any music companies here. So on this one, we can definitely expect that. Now moving on, let's talk about the camera setup for a bit. From what we are seeing so far, the leak specifications suggest that the camera setup is going to be pretty similar to what you saw on the OnePlus 8. I think a 48 megapixel primary sensor is what you can expect, and 3 other cameras, so a quad rear camera setup. I'm guessing it's going to be the same old wide angle camera and maybe a macro camera, and hopefully a 4th camera, which is the telephoto camera. But let's see, like I don't have my hopes up too high for that one. So let's just move on to the front camera now, which is expected to be a single 16 megapixel sensor. Now beyond this, not that much is known about the OnePlus 8T, but this is the time when I come to you guys to ask what you think about this device so far, based on the information that OnePlus has released and whatever you saw in this video. What do you think? Is OnePlus 8T a device you want to buy? What should the pricing be in India? Let's assume that the OnePlus 8T is going to start at something like 43, 44,000 or maybe 45,000. It's just a guess from my end. So you can tell me, what starting price do you want? At what price would you be comfortable buying this OnePlus 8T? And are you looking forward to the OnePlus 8T over the OnePlus Nord's successor, or maybe another device in the OnePlus Nord series? Do you want a more affordable device from OnePlus, or are you fine with these premium flagship devices that the company makes? Let me know all these things via the comments. Thanks for watching, and for all things tech, be sure to check out gadgets360.com.